Hey there, this is Ryan Nickel, and this is the day in the life of being a real estate investor, and this is Bootstrap REI, and today I am a walking billboard. Woo, check it out. I buy houses any condition. Yeah, I wear this out in public. My wife is so, upset sometimes when we go out there. She's like, not on date night, I'm sorry. I'm like, honey, if we're going to go out, we got to go out, and this is how we go out. She's like, no, you're going to go out by yourself. And I'm like, all right, fine. I'll dress up a little bit. Actually, we went to a Bon Jovi concert the other night, and I wanted to wear this to Bon Jovi, and she's like, you wear that to Bon Jovi, and you were sleeping by yourself for like a month. I'm like, okay, fine. I submit. I'll go ahead and dress up for you. She deserves it. Anyway, back into the day of the life of a real estate investor. So sometimes you got to be Magnum PI. Sometimes, you got to just step up and find out what the hell is going on with these people. How come I can't find them? How come their house is still for sale, or it's vacant, or it's vandalized, or whatever the situation may be. So there's a property that I've been trolling. I've been driving this neighborhood for a while. There's a new roof on it, but here's the thing about this house. It went into foreclosure status in 2014, and I have not been able to find this lady. So I've been skip tracing. I'm like, oh, this person's name is Anna Green. I'm like, oh yeah, Anna Green. There can't be that many Anna Greens in my city of 60,000. Wrong. There's 60 people. I'm not sorry, no 60. We have 60,000 people in my city, but there's 45 of them. 45 Anna Greens. So I'm like, this person definitely must be old. This person must be old. Because I'm looking at the house, it's just old house, whatever. And so I'm looking at the first person. I'm like, 75-year-old Anna Green. I'm going to send her a letter. Bam. So I popped her a letter in the mail. And she wrote back. She's like, Dear Ryan, I do not own a house on Dorman. Stop sending these letters. I've sent like 15 letters. I know you own this house. Here's the tax record. It says your name, Anna Green. You're Anna Green. This is your house. And so she finally's like, look, this is not me. Stop sending me these letters, damn it. So I'm like, what can I do? How can I find this person? And this is how you do it right here. So it doesn't always work this way, but it worked this way for me. So check this out. I'm looking here, and I'm like, okay, in 2013, there's a, first we go up here. Anna Green is this person. This mailing address, yeah, completely bogus. Let me tell you, this is an apartment complex, and the site of 390 McRae, whatever, they don't have a number 9. They start at number 50 and go all the way up to 100. So I'm like, oh, maybe it's one of the 90s. So I tried 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, all to no avail. So I'm like, crap. This woman does not want to be found. I'm like, how do I do this? So it dawned on me yesterday. I'm like, why don't I just go back in time and look at all of the different titles? So that's what I did. So I went back and I'm like, oh, okay. There's a Wanda Living Trust, and then there's a Gene Baker. I'm like, Gene Baker. Okay, sure. And then I'm looking here, and Gene Baker then deeds it back to a Wanda Living Trust. I'm like, that doesn't make sense. Then there's a quitclaim deed here, and it goes from Wanda to Anna Green. And I'm like, what the heck? Well, and this doesn't tell you the whole story. There's another one, so I actually pulled a title report on this thing. And there's a period where there is a Gene Baker and an Anna Green together, and then Gene Baker quitclaim deeds herself off of it, whoop, jumps off, and then it's just Anna Green only. And then here we are, Anna Green. So I'm like, Gene Baker. So I jumped on to I did some skip tracing. I found Gene Baker. Called her up. I'm like, hey, I found this house. I'm interested in this house. I'm interested in buying it. At one point, it said that you owned it. She's like, how'd you find my information? I was like, your neighbor. Neighbor gave me your phone number. What neighbor is this? I'm like, I don't know. This guy lives across the street, whatever. They said that, possibly you own it. She's like, well, let me tell you the story. And so you go on this huge old rant on the whole story, stuff like that. She's like, that's my daughter's house. My daughter, she's a sea urchin. I'm like, a sea urchin? What the heck's a sea urchin? So she's like, I'm thinking like her daughter's like a street rat or something like that, riff raff street rat, I don't buy that. So anyway, she that's what she does, and I sing when I talk. So I'm like, well, hey, what's the deal in this house? She's like, oh, it's in foreclosure. The bank's taking it back and all this stuff. I'm like, well, still has your daughter's name on title. She's like, well, the city's wrong. I'm like, this is like over 3 years ago. So obviously there's something wrong with the house. But again, someone put a new roof on it. I went and I pulled the permit on it. I went to see who pulled the permit. No one pulled the permit. So someone's doing some kind of work on the property. I'm like, damn it. Because I was going to do an adverse possession. I was just going to go in there and take over the property because it's abandoned. And they obviously don't want it. And then I was going to just put some renters in there and then try to do quiet title in 5 years. But because someone's done some work to the property, I don't want to have my I don't want to run into an issue there. So I'm trying to find this girl. So I put it on Facebook. I'm like, hey, does anyone know this street urchin whose name is Anna Green and all this stuff? And I got one guy that came back like, hey, have you tried Facebook? I'm like, I'm on Facebook. He's like, but no, have you tried looking her up? I'm like, oh, you know what? I had, but because there was like 6,000 Anna Greens, and then like, 45 of them live here in Yuba City where I live, and I was looking for like a 90-year-old woman because I thought she was 90. When I find out that this girl, she's like my age. I'm like, oh, crap. So after talking to her mom, now I know who her mother is. So I was like, oh, I didn't think about that. He's like, yeah. He's like, I'm pretty sure it's the girl with the dreads. And I'm like, all right, let's take a look at it. So sure enough, I pull it up, and it is. I'm like, oh, okay. And I look at like her family and stuff like that and see if her mom is Jean Baker. And sure enough, they're friends. I'm like, okay, this is it. This has to be the girl. So I reached out to her on Facebook. And I just said, hey, you know what? We haven't met yet, but I'm actually really interested in your house. And we'll see if I get a... So far, that was last night. So far, I've heard nothing back from her. I know she's read it because, Facebook, it like little like icon like go and like go down once they've read it. So I know she's read it. So I'm heading down to Sacramento to look at another property this morning. I'm gonna look for her phone number now because I had, like I said, I skipped trace and I got like 45 different Anna Greens. So I just need to find the one that is roughly around my age, 40-ish. And I know I look great for 40, don't I? Pretty good. And I'm actually going to be 37 this year. But so anyway, that's what I'm looking for. Gotta find this chick, man, because I really don't want to go over there and put some work into the property and then have it not work out. But if I have to, I will. So anyway, that's the deal. But sometimes you just got to be a good old Magnum PI. You just got to do your private investigating work. And like I said, this one has taken me a while to come full circle, but here I am, and I'll let you know what happens in the future. All right, cheers all.